appreciate you guys for jumping on with us. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We know you're a little distance from us. We're in New Jersey, so
Oh, how cool.
Amazing.
you're going to probably travel around the world. So this is we're all together with our partner. One other partner's not here. So, but we did have a few questions and we appreciate you coming on, because the last time in Houston, you guys had mentioned stuff that you were doing in Bali. But okay, I'm going to be truthful. I was a little stalker and went through some of the pages, and I find it fascinating when you that what you did in Dubai building.
Right.
So, but first we wanted to find out, how did you two meet by any chance? Because we haven't heard that quick story.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was living in Newport Beach.
And I was doing a
California.
Power talk in Newport Beach.
And then, you know, it was quite random. Like, you know, Caroline was meant to do this talk in Los Angeles. Then all of a sudden she was moved to Newport. I was in Europe. I went back, and then someone invited me to this place where Caroline was doing a talk. And then I honestly said no 9 times. And then
He was on a date. He went on a date to my talk.
And then I ended up being there, and then we kind of just clicked from the beginning. And I mean, the rest is history, to be honest.
Yeah. I said, there goes my future husband when he left.
As soon as I was leaving. And then 4 years after, we're married. So it's crazy.
That kind of sounds like what I said to him 34 years ago.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Amazing.
So, all right. Okay. So me, a woman, because obviously you see, we're outnumbered by men. When you decided to build in Dubai, how did you decide? And who was it that made the decision to build the house in Dubai?
Oh my God. Well, it was not, I wish it was that simple. We were on holiday, and in Dubai, it's quite fast moving. We were living in a house down the road, and I'd rented it from Sotheby's International, and then suddenly they were showing somebody else, and they can literally throw you out here. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. And I knew about a project that was launching. So, you know, like anywhere else in the world, you go and see those, what are they called? The little mini village you could pick your home and where it's going to be and all of this. And I was like, oh, I'll visit.
We had no idea what we were buying, to be honest. We were on holiday, and they said, listen, there are these pieces of land coming. And
I said I'd go visit. And then I saw a queue on Instagram of over like 400 people. So I was like, what on earth is that? And I realized that they were releasing this area for the houses. So my girlfriend owns the whole thing. So I called my girlfriend. I was like, oh my God, I want to come. And she, you know, I wanted to choose my house. She goes, choose your house. They've already sold, but like every plot, 60 plots had sold in 3 hours.
Wow.
3 hours. And that's how much, by the way, all of these new projects, communities, how fast. As soon as they open up, they sell out. The pre-sale
goes crazy.
So I was like, oh my God, she goes, don't worry, I saved you one on the water. I was like, okay. And so I just bought the plot. I'd never been, never seen it, no idea where it was. And I bought it because it was the only way to get in. And actually,
the only thing we knew was there was going to be water in front of the us. And I mean, pretty much that's all to be done. We said, okay, we are sold with the water. We want the water. We just take it.
We took it. And then, you know, best decisions of our lives. We over tripled our money.
Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. And, you know, timing was right as well. It was right
one year, and it's tax-free here.
So it's perfect. Yeah, it was right after COVID, you know, and then COVID, everybody realized how amazing life is here. So everybody moved. So then, you know, prices keep going up.
Wow.
Well, tax-free. Okay, now you got my attention. Seriously. We said we're from New Jersey, you know, so, you know, we're competing with California for the highest taxes.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's why even for any, you know, outsiders like you guys, it's just very interesting to just come here, see how everything is, even set up a company, and, you know, there's just endless opportunities because
they have worldwide
yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, taxes. Yeah,
you have worldwide.
You have worldwide taxes, no, with the US. Yeah,
but you know, I mean, still the returns are great.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. The house is there. I saw is the whole thing's made of concrete blocks. Is there a reason why? Do you know? Because like we have stick built, or we build it with metal, like they do.
They use different materials. We could do cinder block, poured concrete.
But most of it's like wood framing around here. So is there a
Oh,
reason?
yeah,
they
no,
use
there is
cinder
no good
block?
perimeter in here. Yeah,
No, I
mainly
don't know.
concrete. I would
They
say
build so
fast.
fast.
I would say because
It's
of
insane.
the desert and the weather conditions as well here. I think concrete, you know, maybe it might resist better like the desert, you know,
It is quite a hard
environment.
condition
You
with
know,
extreme heat.
it gets 50 degrees at summertime. You know,
Very,
so,
very, then it rains very hard.
yeah.
You know, when it does. I can't tell you, but I can't actually, it's the weirdest thing. You'll be driving around a project and you'll see, you know, you'll see 3 old men on it, and then you'll come a week later and the whole thing is
Built everything.
And you're like, how on earth did that happen?
Honestly, it's
Like
crazy.
nowhere else in the world.
We did. I mean,
I'm like, do little people come at night and do
Yeah.
this? It's insane.
Maybe, you know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
All
seriously.
the
I think-
chocolate factory guys come over.
Yeah,
Literally.
Olympus.
no, you see projects like it's just like coming out like cookies, like hotels. They're build
Because they
extremely
don't
fast.
build one, they build 50 at one
Yeah.
time. And it's the projects are all so big, but you know, the real estate market here is just insane right now.
insane.
It's the #1 destination right now,
Yeah.
tourist destination in the world.
If you put in Google new projects coming up in Dubai, you will see how many communities they are coming out. It's just crazy, you know. And the good thing is this one was one of the first ones, you know, on the luxury side, very modern,
This
a
is
bit
called the
unique.
Beverly Hills now of Dubai.
And that's why the prices, you know, they has gone,
Yeah.
you know, crazy because of that, right?
Cool. So how did you, like, we were watching your progress on the property. How did you guys handle the timing when things weren't going the way they should have been? Because I seen that in some of the videos, you were kind of upset about it. You're like, oh my God, they're supposed to be done. And you get there and they're not. And you're like, what's going on? So how did you handle that to overcome it and not like totally freak out? Like, what'd you
Well,
guys
there's
do?
nothing you can do
we
here.
went through a lot, to be honest, and you know it was not easy to build from the ground up here in Dubai, handling everybody.
There's a
and,
lot of hidden
you know.
fees that we didn't know about. So when you buy your house, then you have land department fees. You have to buy the land as well, which I assumed would have been in the house, but apparently not. Then, you know, things like, I mean, you'll know all this, MEP,
Yeah.
which I didn't know. So when I put Lutron all the way through
we
my
put
house,
kind of like
like
a domotic
smart
house,
house
a
and
smart
all of
house,
this,
yeah.
you know, and they quote you here, they don't quote you for all the wiring. So when you make your deal and then suddenly you get
It was-
another $70,000 for wires, you're like, what? You know, I didn't even know that was a thing.
So we had no idea of any of
Yeah.
that, you know. So
So
it was quite an adventure, to be honest, you
Yeah.
know.
we're just lucky we're here
Yeah,
and not
and-
bankrupt.
Yeah. And then just dealing with everybody, you know, at the end, like, oh my God, everything was something was going wrong.
Nothing in Dubai is you know, straightforward, and there is no common sense.
Nothing.
So
They
like
say yes to everything.
everything.
They
and
don't understand anything.
understand you. So like you come home.
They're like, always like this.
Anything
Oh, yeah,
you want.
yeah, everything,
anything you
everything.
want. And so, you know, you come home
And there's nothing done.
the windows are opening into the house, and you're like, why? Why are they opening? They should open out. You know, it's crazy. So
Crazy.
you need to sleep on site
yeah.
because it's just not, you know, anywhere else.
And
in the world.
you tell him to fix it, and he's like, okay, yes, and then he come back, and then he fix something else, and then you're like, oh my God, this
And
guy.
he'll fix it
it's-
by like putting a hole through your Degorne wallpaper, and
No,
you're
no.
like, but why would you go there? Like, why would you? Oh, like I came home one day and they were painting. I'd put all my B&B Italia in, and they were painting the ceiling, but they didn't bother covering the sofas or the furniture. They wouldn't even think about it.
No,
So
it's
paint,
crazy.
you know, and you're like, oh my God, this would have cost me $10, $20, $50, $100 to paint the ceiling, whatever it is. My sofa's $40,000. Like what?
Right?
No, it's crazy.
We know you,
even
that
if
was
I
a
come home-
WTF there.
Yeah, even in our bathroom, you know, we were meant to have a small mirror, and then we have like a beautiful piece of marble which goes all the way from the
Wait,
ceiling
I
to the
shipped
floor.
from Italy.
From Italy, it was the most beautiful thing, and you know, we had to. They just
heard
made
was.
so many holes.
They made so many holes
We
to
had
get the wires
mirror
out.
instead of being like this, the mirror,
Here is half the thing now.
because it's covering everything because we couldn't fix it.
Wow.
And the guy was just so casually normal, and I was like, my friend,
But
this
you-
is shipped from Italy.
But you know what? At the end, we just went. You just go.
You go, you know, you just have
You
to
just
relax.
go. I love my big mirror. I can't see anything in the morning because I don't have any lights anymore.
There's no
next
lights.
to it. There's no lights.
Nothing.
I have to go to the other room to do my makeup.
Oh,
But I've got my.
But
It's just.
at least, I mean,
You get very used to picking up you know,
Yeah.
pieces of art and shoving them over holes.
But it was so funny because we were kind of like moving and stuff, and we were meant to move, and all of a sudden it got delayed like 3 months. Then we move in, and we were sleeping in the floor, and workers were coming. It was like 6 months of workers stepping on us, and I was
I
like,
woke up with a man like straddled over me.
and that was just
Just my
normal.
husband, it was normal.
Yeah, that we had like
Yeah.
20 workers in the house every day.
Yeah.
We were living with them. It was just
I was on the floor. It was so funny, but I
Yeah.
refused to leave because, you know, the stupidity of what would go on.
But also, I think the good thing that we did, we moved in without even being finished, and that's kind of like why we got all the details right, because we were here all the time, right? So, you know,
Okay.
This is not somewhere you can leave people in charge.
no, you have to be on
No.
it.
So you're kind of like us, where
Yeah.
we have to manage the projects, even though we have a manager.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
no?
manage the managers, and it also sounds like that, are we done yet, the movie? Where like they
Yeah.
just kept making a hole over here and fixing the wall over there. It's
One more thing. So for someone that's just getting started, what would you guys recommend into the space
In real estate, right?
in real estate? Yes.
Just, you know, look at somewhere that obviously will always hold its value. So I always say in Dubai, you know, we look around the Burj Khalifa, because no matter what projects come, when a tourist comes, they're
It's
always
always-
going to rent,
Yeah.
want to look out the window and see the Burj Khalifa, right? It's a huge statement. So
Also depends of, you know, because real estate is huge, and it can, you know, there's so many areas about real estate. So it depends on what you really want to do. So just try to explore all the different avenues and stuff, and
start small.
see-
It doesn't have to be big. You know,
Yeah.
things like you know, just looking at buying
look
the
at-
worst house or the worst apartment on the best street.
Yeah, look at the story of Manny Cosby. I don't know if you know him from California. It's very interesting story. He started putting down $5,000 and he did a flip, and now, you know, he lives in a $30 million house.
You don't
know,
need a lot of
So
money.
just
to
slowly,
start.
step by step, you know, keep doing little flips, and you know, you just build your wealth a little bit.
Don't be greedy. Just, you know, just be sure.
So what is the development in Bali about? Like, how big is that? What do you got? How are you guys involved with that?
So we got 20,000 square feet for now, the first phase, and we are building 8 rooms there. It's gonna be like a luxury eco
Instagrammable hotel,
boutique hotel, very unique. We are
Wow.
using materials from outside Bali, which I think is gonna make it very unique, because there's a lot of bamboo and a lot of concrete there. So we are using different companies that, you know, that, for example, we're using membrane, you know, so there's lots of different materials that are kind of unique. And I think, you know, it's gonna
Creating
be
experiences for people is what's so
Yeah.
important, because you have all these major hotels. It's nothing like that. It's like we have one pod that looks like a lily, and you sleep in it. So when you come, it's like
It's about the experience,
Yeah.
about like what you feel when you walk into a property. You know, there's gonna be like different wow moments that will make you feel different, you know, feelings. So that's kind of like what we're going into, like very experiential, you know, property.
That sounds
Bali
good.
is really
Yeah.
about, you don't go to Bali to go for like these these big hotels.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to sort of go. And if you Google the hotels out there, they have amazing ones. Like we went to one where we had dinner in a tree house, and then, you know, the room, each room in the hotel is different. And
So that's the whole idea behind our property, what we're creating. You know, that you can just be there and you can sleep under a waterfall. You can have, you know, dinner in a tree house. You can have a cinema night in the jungle. So there's just lots of unique things that you can do in it, you know?
Awesome. So we'll have to find it when you guys are done, so we can actually go to Bali, because I've never. been.
100%,
Yeah.
you have to come.
Yeah.
100%.
We also should hook you up with one of our friends, Monica. She's actually filming the second movie out there, and she
No way.
wants to invent a thing called Podland. So, and it's a unique concept like you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So
Very cool. I love that.
there's so much room out there, and it's
100%.
growing all the time.
Indonesia is this such a unique, you know, place, and there's just so much potential still there, you know?
After we've all lived like this, it's so nice to go there and switch off and live a different, more simple life. It's very hard,
100%.
you know, to spend much
Sounds
money
beautiful.
there.
It sounds like an awesome concept. So
but one last thing, did you put a scope of work together for the workers, so you know how much the wires are gonna be with the windows when you're,
I'm
or is
going
it
to
different
that
over
right now.
there?
I'm going through that right now. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure everybody's tied in
Well,
into.
there's no Lutron over there, so I can assure you.
Yeah.
And there won't be any like, you know, Degorne wallpaper or Italian marble. So
Yeah.
I'm not too worried at how much damage he can do. And no, you won't be having a smart house. It's going to be, you know, more of a eco wind your own
Yeah.
lines down. So no,
Eco
all
kind of
over
like,
there.
you know?
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
My kind of place.